Essentially, what I was asking was, while a lot of former cricketers have gone on to say that this is something that's happened with a lot of players, so what's the big deal? If you have younger players who are in a better form today, you capitalize on that and build the team from there and rest Kohli. Do you agree with that argument that is being made?
See, Ridhima, I think there's no doubt that Kohli is going from a bad patch, but the way that he plays or what kind of player we all know, and he has done this for a longer time for that. And I think we should be supportive. Now it's going to the bad patch, and not because he has done so well for the country, and we should be compensating that. But we know what Kohli can do in future, and especially World Cup is around the corner. It's just 3-4 months away from now, and in big match situation, there's no doubt that youngsters doing well, and they are just not knocking, they're banging the door of Indian team. But the way Kohli played over the years, we believe that he will bounce back, and I think he's just maybe one good innings from him can change the whole scenario for him. So I
Okay. I'll just request you to stay on with us. Right, we'll just try and fix that audio issue once again. We seem to be having a bit of a network issue with Ajay Ratra, but I believe Vimal is now back with us. We also have a first caller, RK Sharma from Hyderabad. I'll request RK Sharma to just give me 30 seconds. Vimal, quickly, I want to take you in. As Rishi was correctly pointing out, when you have a World Cup that is approaching, a lot of dynamics go in. Do you take that risk of getting a new squad in place, or do you give the experienced players one more chance? What is the kind of mind strategy that India should be playing with as of now?
I think India should learn from its past mistakes. For too long, we have been, caring too much about reputation. What happened in 2000 ODI World Cup? We should not go too far away. In that World Cup, India has a formidable lineup: Virendra Sehwag, Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Saurav Ganguly, and that team didn't go to the second round. 6 months later, a team led by young players under Mahendra Singh Dhoni won the World Cup trophy. And since then, if you look at the template India had adopted, strangely, they did not repeat it. Since 2007, they have been going with all this repeated template. Refreshingly, on this tour, what I have witnessed, Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma both are willing to take the risk. They have been trying new combinations. They have tried to utilize the services of Deepak Hooda, Arshdeep Singh. And this team, you see, the big players are great things. They have the experience, but at the same time, you need energy. We need to ask ourselves, in their right mind, which franchisee will have Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and KL Rahul at the top? All three. It is clear they don't fit as it. All three are wonderful players, great players, big reputation. But the fact is that no franchisee will take all three in their top order. So why India is doing that? Why India? Because at the end of the day, it is not about Rohit Sharma. It is not about Virat Kohli. It's about Indian team winning the World Cup, which they haven't done since 2007. That we all should be mindful of that. I have been on this tour, watching this all Indian team practice session closely, following their every move. Okay. The team is in good health. The spirit is high. Everything is wonderful. But the fact is, everyone, and yesterday I was there, and I had an informal chat with Rohit Sharma as well once the TC was over. He looked in good mood. I just asked him, so is it affecting all this talk back home in India? So he just laughed off. Rohit is kind of coolest customer he is. He is not cool like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, but his coolness is different, and you have to admire. And at the same time, Virat Kohli, he despite being such a superstar, despite being a former captain, he has been as dignified as any big player will be. We should appreciate that, acknowledge that, and think about Indian cricket.
Okay, Vimal, I'll request you to stay on with us. I'll request Rishi and Ajay also to stay on with us. A bunch of callers now calling us. RK Sharma from Hyderabad. Go ahead. What do you feel?
I think Modi should go and play the local tournaments and take some rest. And also, I think Rohit doesn't justify it to be the captain anymore, because the shot which he played yesterday showed that he doesn't have the strength. That is my view. I don't think so.
Okay, we appreciate you calling us all the way from Hyderabad. Ravi is calling us from Mumbai. Ravi, go ahead. What do you feel?
Yeah, in fact, Kohli should be out of Indian team from all three formats. He is not performing for the last 3 years. He should go back to his state team, start playing the Ranji Trophy, Dilip Trophy, Irani Trophy, Kuch Bihar Trophy, all those things. he has become a liability in the Indian team for the last 3 years. Same is the case with this. There are a couple of other batsmen who are good for nothing. They have performed earlier.
Okay, we appreciate you calling us here on CNN News 18. Let me now go across to another caller from Bengaluru. Anant Ramu is now calling us. Go ahead. What do you feel?
Hello. Good afternoon, madam. Kohli is a player of generations. At least he should not be dropped. Recently, he was out for some unplayable deliveries. See, 1 or 2 matches, if he plays, actually he should not be dropped. And because of his caliber and this one, he is a player of generation. He should be in the team. He should be given some more chances. Instead of putting pressure on him, at least media and other experts should take out the pressure from him so that he will be an asset for the. He has got another 5, 6 years of play, international play. So he should not be dropped in any format of the game. He should be given a chance. Let him continue and play for the country.
Okay, we appreciate you calling us with that view. Noel Smith is also now calling us. Noel is calling us from Jaipur. Noel, go ahead.
Yeah, Ridhima, I think your discussion that you're having today is really spot on. I think Kohli, not only from the T20 squad, he should be dropped from the ODI plus the Test side and asked to go back to Ranji Trophy cricket, come and play domestic cricket. Look, Kohli is not bigger than the game. He's having a bad patch. He's admitted it. He says, "Main khud dukhi hu. I've never seen such a bad spate in my life." So therefore, the only remedy for the king, who now I term as the ex-king. He's the ex-king now. Forget calling him the king. The king has failed for the last 2 years. 97 innings, he's not scored a 50. So therefore, the board should take a call. There have been greats in this Indian side from time immemorial who've been dropped for bad performances, for poor performances. And he is having a rotten time. I have full sympathy for the guy. One of India's greatest players, one of India's best batsmen, one of India's batsmen who, won India innumerable games chasing. He's been a great player, fine, but you can't live on your laurels all your life, There are youngsters today like the Hudas, like the Skies, like the Punts, like the Ayers. I think he does not find a place in the T20 squad. If I was a selector, I'd immediately tell him, Kohli, thank you very much. You've been a great cricketer for us. We acknowledge your greatness and everything.
Okay.
But mate, it's time to now stand down. And if you have any, dignity left, you resign and retire from all forms and help save us the ignominy of having to sack you or having to drop you. That's my advice to Kohli. That's my advice to Kohli. And of course, he's the best judge of his future career and all.
Sure. We appreciate you calling us with those views from Jaipur, Noel. Another caller, Prasad, is also now calling us. Prasad, go ahead. What do you feel?
Yeah, I presume Kohli should not be dropped. Why? Because Kohli has done so much thing for Indian cricket. Yeah, of course, he has been suffering from a few days, get a form or something. So he's a legend. So I can say we have to give some more chances to it can get back his form.
Okay, we appreciate you calling us here on CNN News 18. Our call-in lines are still open. We'd love to hear from all of you. Vimal continues to be with us, but I also believe